Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, Joe Biden's doing what he usually does, taking a victory lap and patting himself on the back, promoting this image to the American public that he's this brave, strong leader who just keeps accumulating win after win after win. But then, of course, like most things involving Biden and the Democrats, reality then sets in. Yesterday, Joe Biden was taking a victory lap on the economy, and the mainstream media, with CNN leading the charge, quickly fact-checked him into oblivion. This time, Joe Biden's taking a victory lap over shooting down the Chinese spy balloon. Joe Biden wants you to know, wants you to believe that he's real tough on China. Even though the Chinese government is the #1 sponsor of Joe Biden's Penn think tank, he wants you to believe that he's real tough on the CCP. But once again, he's getting fact-checked, this time not by CNN, but by some of his administration's top security and defense officials. Another hugely embarrassing moment for the diaper clown-in-chief currently occupying the White House. And let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. Let's roll the tape. Alright folks, take a look at this beautiful headline right over here from the Daily Wire. Biden tries to take victory lap for shooting down Chinese spy balloon. Gets slammed by top officials. President Biden tried to take a victory lap Saturday afternoon after the US military shot down a Chinese spy balloon that Biden allowed to travel across the entire country before destroying. Biden claimed in remarks to reporters that he ordered the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible, but that the decision was made to not shoot it down over land because debris could cause damage when falling down to the ground. US officials were reportedly well aware that the balloon had crossed into American airspace on January 28th and that it was over Idaho on Tuesday, but decided not to inform the public to not upend Secretary of State Antony Blinken's diplomatic trip to China. So Joe Biden claims that he told them to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible. So Wednesday, I guess, meaning on February 1st. So apparently as soon as possible for Joe Biden means 2 days too late, and he claims that the Pentagon told him that they can't shoot it down because falling debris would be too much of a hazard. Another totally bogus, debunked, dishonest claim or statement from Joe Biden, as the truth surfaces that the Biden administration tried to conceal the Chinese spy balloon to not disrupt Antony Blinken's trip to China. The balloon was officially shot down on Friday or Saturday, meaning they didn't take action, but they were well aware of the balloon on January 28th. It took Joe Biden an entire week to make the call to shoot down that damn balloon. Who knows what information was gathered in that entire week span? Another national security nightmare. Honestly, it seems as though that's Joe Biden's legacy at this point. From leaving billions of dollars in weapons and munitions in Afghanistan, allowing a total Taliban takeover, and all of that American equipment to then be sold to our adversaries to use against us, to his failure in securing the southern border, allowing pretty much terrorists and anybody else, anyone who really wants to cross over into the country unimpeded, to now allowing the Chinese government to cross into American airspace for an entire week unimpeded, allowing them to collect whatever information they were looking for most likely. This guy is a disaster. Then lying to the American public with this bogus claim that he told them to shoot it down right away and that Pentagon officials told him that it would be too dangerous to do so. You know, real dangerous, a real risk of falling debris, as the balloon hovers in one of the least populated regions in the nation. Here's a population density map to show you guys exactly what I mean, but obviously everyone knows this. It's just a continuation in Joe Biden's incompetence and showed his continued willingness to lie to the American public to save his own behind despite the national security risks. Oh, and I forgot to mention Hunter Biden and the classified document scandal currently surrounding him, to add on top of the list of compiling national security risks surrounding the Bidens. I mean, what a disaster Corn Pop Joe continues to be. But of course, I'm getting a little bit carried away with my monologue here. We've covered Joe Biden's incompetence and dishonesty pertaining to this issue, and now here's where it continues to get bad for Joe. It seems like the entire intelligence community is turning on Sleepy Joe. 4-star general blasts Biden over Chinese spy balloon. We had plenty of opportunity to take it down over Aleutian Islands. Retired 4-star Army General Jack Keane slammed President Joe Biden on Saturday for not shooting down the Chinese spy balloon that flew over the United States the last several days when it was thousands of miles away from the continental US. Keane, a former Vice Chief of Staff of the United States Army, made the remarks during a segment on Fox News immediately following the US military shooting down the spy balloon over the Atlantic Ocean after it passed South Carolina. It was approaching the Aleutian Islands over water. Plenty of opportunity to take it down then, and that's when it should have happened. We had to be tracking it from mainland China across the Pacific Ocean, and we had plenty plenty of warning to put together an operation that we are conducting now on the East Coast that should have been done there. They knew what this was and where it was coming from a week ago. Joe Biden's Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said that the spy balloon was sent to the United States in an attempt to surveil strategic sites in the continental United States. They knew what it was. They knew where it was coming from, even before it made its way over United States land. But they refused to take action. In a show of absolute cowardice, they chose to let the balloon hover freely over the United States for days, and they probably would have never even told you about it if regular American citizens hadn't noticed. And they only decided to take action after it started to hit mainstream headlines. The sheer incompetence, the cowardice, the lies, and the propaganda, it's exactly what you'd expect from this administration. Cowardice, weakness, capitulation, all while patting themselves on the back and spreading and promoting propaganda that they're tough guys doing the right thing. Now Democrats are doing what they do best, gaslighting the American public over this issue. Democrats mock those concerned about China spying on the United States, accuse Biden's critics of helping China. Here's a statement from Democrat Senator Chris Murphy. I hope everyone understands the performative unseriousness of shoot the balloon down Twitter. It's not real, it's all theater. A few hours later, the balloon was shot down and Murphy added, see, all better, bedwetters. Like it's all a damn joke to these people. Great news for my Republican colleagues. They can stop panicking about a balloon now, Byers tweeted. Here's a statement from Democrat Chris Van Hollen. No foreign power can violate our sovereignty, he wrote in a now-deleted tweet. I applaud at POTUS for his order to shoot down China's spy balloon in a smart and safe way. Fine to ask tough questions, but those playing politics with this will only serve the interest of our adversaries. No foreign power can violate our sovereignty, he writes, as his political party and his party's leader, Joe Biden, allowed China to violate U.S. sovereignty for nearly a week, as he claims POTUS shot down the spy balloon in a smart and safe way. And now the latest piece of Democrat propaganda revealed 3 Chinese spy balloons infiltrated the United States during the Trump administration, but he never shot them down or told the public. Of course, people are spreading this headline around. Typical whataboutism, but what about Donald Trump and his 3 spy balloons? But like usual, they're only reading the headline and not actually reading the article, because if you read the article, you'll understand the nuance and how the two aren't comparable whatsoever. According to a senior Pentagon official, 3 balloons made it into the United States during the Trump years, but never as long as the one that recently flew across the country. So apparently 3 spy balloons very briefly entered the United States during Donald Trump's years, according to one Pentagon official who remains anonymous. But the important context is that they weren't there for very long, and the credibility of this claim is shoddy to say the least. Donald Trump's then Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, has gone on the record telling CNN that he was surprised by the Pentagon statement, saying that he was never told about the Chinese surveillance balloons entering the United States when he served between July 2019 to November 2020. I don't ever recall somebody coming into my office or reading anything that the Chinese had a surveillance balloon over the United States, Esper said, adding that I would remember that for sure. But anyways, that's all the information that we have on Balloongate. I reached the same conclusion that I always do. Joe Biden's an incompetent, lying buffoon. And so I guess same old, nothing's changed. Same story, same conclusion. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.